the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For beginning with, let me introduce myself. My name is Ade Surya Akbar. You may call me Ade or Akbar. I come from Lombok and now I class 5 IPSI A. Well, in this beautiful time and in this beautiful change, I'm standing here. I would like to explain to you all about a compose that I was made in the third competition of ILC, as ISMI League Competition. In the third competition, the supervisor are commanding me to make some compose, and my compose is under the title Language and Young Generation to the Country. Well, my beloved audience, in my compose, there are a lot of points that I would like to explain to you all. But because we don't have much time, I just want to explain to you about the 3 points. The first point is the important language in education to learn. How people think that education is not most important in their life because they think that a purpose of life are most important in their life. For example, we live in this boarding school that we learn and study about everything that we want to learn by the purpose that we would like to reach our dream. But the other people behind them are judged an education is most important in our life because this is especially for a parent. A lot of parents are judged education is very important to their children because a parent was give that wish and hope to their child with a purpose that his child can be more than his parent. So talk about education. There are a lot of important things that we have to learn. We have to study in education. One of them is language. Why? That language are very important to learn because language is a system of communication in the world. All of country in the world have a language. So if we learn about the foreign language, we can understand everything about the foreign people talk about. Even we can understand what is the foreign people strategy. If a foreign people come to our beloved country with a bad purpose, we can understand everything that what they want to do. So we can break that bad purpose. We can take our freedom to our country. Well, there are a lot of make us can learn about a foreign language. There are a lot of purpose. One of them is if we learn about the purpose, if we learn about the foreign language, we can share our knowledge, our science with the other foreign people, And the foreign people, we can share their knowledge or their science. Even we can share our experience or we can introduce that our beautiful from our beloved country. And now we are going to the second point. The second point is foreign language must be covered from the colonized in our beloved country. Why? The foreign language must be covered of the colonized in our country? We as a young generation must to learn a foreign language. For example, we live in this boarding school. We have to learn about the foreign language with the purpose that we can make it be the tool to be the cover of a colonized in the country. A little story. When our beloved country live in the colonial era, our country are a very bad country. So our hero that in that era are common all of young generation to learn about the foreign language, to study about the foreign language with the purpose that they have to understand, they must know everything, what is strategy or everything that what the foreign people talk about. So that way, we as a young generation have to learn about a foreign language. And continue, when our young generation understand what is the foreign talk about or the foreign people strategy, they can broke at easy. They can broke the foreign strategy be easier. Can get the freedom to our country. So let's learn about the foreign language in this boarding school to give the freedom to our country. Well, now I'm going to the Well, now we are going to the third point. The third point is young generations have to love our language as an Indonesian language. Why did I make the third point are very different with the first and the second point? Because the third point, the first and the second point is only opening, but the important thing that in this compose is in the third point. We as Indonesian people, we have to love our language as Indonesian language. Because if we love our language, that is the proof that we love our beloved country, and that can increase that our love our country, and that can make strongly love to our country. But in this time, I don't invite you to talk about the Indonesian language, because now we live in boarding school. I don't want to die with the reason that a language doesn't kill me, because I invite you to talk Indonesian language. No. But now is a challenge to us to learn about the foreign language, to get a freedom, to give a freedom to our country. But one proof that we have love our country is we love our language. From this compose, we can take the three conclusions. The first conclusion is, if we learn foreign language, we can understand all of the foreign people talk about. We can understand, we can share knowledge or sharing with the foreign people. And the second conclusion, we have made that a foreign language be the tool to be the cover of a colonized in our country. And the third, we have to love our beloved language. Because if we love our beloved language, that is the proof that we love our beloved country, and that can make strongly love in our heart that we love our country. Thank you very much for your nice attention. I apologize for my mistake. My name is Ade Surya Akbar. I invite you to give freedom to our beloved country. And last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.